So as you come out of the kind of the first stage of our design phase, where we've tried to articulate the problem in more detail, now we get to have fun with the solution. So anyone who's in sort of service design or design thinking modes would think of this as the double diamond approach anyway. So the first diamond is your problem thinking, the second diamond is your solution thinking. So this maps to other popular design methods as well. So the define the stage is to try and define what the solution could be before you get down and actually start building it.
Now, for those listening out there, can you dive in a little bit more on what the double diamond approach is?
The design thinking double diamond approach starts off with a problem definition, and it usually starts off with divergent thinking. So the first triangle of the first diamond is two diverging lines where you're exploring problem space. As you start to refine, and this kind of goes to our idea validation conversation, as you start to work out which are the ideas or the problems that are most valuable to solve or have the most customers who have them, or ideally the most painful problem to the most customers, you start to refine your focus onto those smaller set of problems until you've agreed on this is the specific problem or smaller set of problems that we're going to spend our attention on. So you then have convergent thinking converging on those two things. So the lines converge down into a second triangle, which makes up your first diamond.
Okay, makes sense.
Okay. Then when we move into the solution diamond, we're again in divergent thinking. We're thinking, okay, for this smaller set of problems, how the hell are we going to solve them? Is it a technology fix? Is it a communication fix? Is it a business model fix? Of the different solution choices that we have, how are we going to attack it? And so in the Brainmates framework, that's what we use at our define stage. We start to look at different solution possibilities and sort of play them off against each other as quickly as possible so that we can land on one that essentially the solution team and the product team agree will solve the customer problem and is deliverable within a reasonable time frame.
Yeah, well explained. That gives us a good understanding of what it actually is. So starting out with a whole list of problems, defining in or honing in on what you're actually going to solve, locking that into what are the possibilities for solutions, and then honing out into what the actual solution is based on what the best scenario is for the business, for the customers, and for the consumers.